Welcome to the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life for a Tuesday. Hey, how are you? Hope your day is off to a good start. Welcome into the Beach House Beach Bunker. We're going to do this again, and it's going to be a cold day. I got my cold, still cannot shake this thing. I hope you're doing good. Extreme cold warning is in effect for our area, and it's going to be followed by a big burst of snow, but that's why we've got beach chairs lined up, ready to go for you. We'll update the forecast coming up. First, we've got to just get a couple more beach chairs in place. It's Tasty Tuesday. Guess what's coming up this weekend? Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl snacks on Tasty Tuesday. I am excited about that. Oh, yeah. Super Bowl snacks. And that's not all. My favorite part of watching the Super Bowl was always the commercials. Now it's like I don't even have to watch for that, because almost half of all the good commercials are already out as of this morning, and we're going to have them for you. So, bit of a spoiler, if you're like me and you're only going to watch the Super Bowl this weekend for the commercials, we're going to have them on the show today, and I've already seen the Bud Light one, and it's my favorite one. Bud Light, it's totally aimed at like a 40, 50-year-old dad that wants to have a block party. Totally off the charts. When Harry Met Sally make a reunion in a Super Bowl commercial, and we'll have them for you coming up on the show today. It's going to be some fun. Also, a big concert announcement yesterday for Winnipeg. A huge rock festival followed by a country festival. It's a 2-day event, July 9th and 10th. We're going to talk a bit about that. Also, online this morning, Americans breathing a sigh of relief after the whole tariff thing is avoided, at least for a month or so, because there's some treats that Americans absolutely love and are openly going online to say this morning they're going to continue buying some of these treats. I'm curious to know what they love. You know, ketchup chips have got to be in there. Also, we're going to talk about my parents' most bizarre cooking habits. Think back to when you were a kid, mom and dad cooking stuff up. Did they do something weird when it came to frying something, cooking something? We'll discuss this morning on the show, and we'll talk about Pringles potato chips too. So lots to get to, and we got 2 cameras not working this morning. My apologies for that. That's Manitoba 511. The repairman that normally works on the cameras is putting the American liquor back on the shelves. Those poor people. All that work. Put it away, George. Put it all away. No, take it out, George. Take it out. Put it back on the shelves. So that's where the employees are. Anyway, all the jokes just keep coming. We were expecting some incredibly cold weather this morning. Our wind chill's making it feel like minus 38. It's minus 29. And as I said, we are going to get hit with some big snow after this cold moves through. So here's how it's going to play out. Winds are going to die down this afternoon. You're going to go, hey, wait, this isn't so bad. It'll be a mix of sun and cloud. You'll go, hey, this isn't too bad. Then tonight, the snow starts. And Wednesday, there is a system coming in. It is going to dump 10 to 15 centimeters in a matter of hours. 10 to 15 centimeters is a good amount of snow over a day or two. To get that in a few hours could mean that we're going to have some problems. So it's just something to keep in mind. We got some heavy snow for Wednesday. Then we're in the clear Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, sunshine the whole way through. And daytime highs around minus 15, which is way below normal. Our normal, by the way, has flipped. We are on the upswing. For those keeping track, our normal has now moved from double digits to single digits. Yeah! So our normal daytime high now is minus 9. That's normally where we should be. So I am super excited about that. And our days are getting longer. I had to take Libby to school last night. She had an evening class. We pulled out of the driveway at 6:30. There was a glow out to the west. I'm like, oh, here we come. Here we come. We're going to get through this. We're getting through it. Tomorrow's going to be a bit of a tough one, though. Here's our wind chill map this morning. Before we get into our hellos, hello, and good mornings. Okay, welcome aboard. Yeah, let's see who we've got to say good morning to in chat. Welcome aboard, Sun Seekers. Welcome to your Tuesday. It's good to see you. Talking chips, talking Super Bowl, and corn dogs. Corn dogs. Corn dogs today on the menu. Yeah, mini corn dogs. Oh, it's all about the food. Actually, we have word this morning that Super Bowl tickets have decreased in price for those that are wanting to maybe take it in and buy from a reseller online. Just no one's really interested in these teams. And the halftime show is kind of a snoozer. So really, it's all about the commercials. And, I mean, you miss those if you're sitting in the stands. It's kind of all fart and new shit this weekend. Yeah, it's not too nice. Not too good. Anyway, let's say good morning to our Sun Seekers who are desperately trying to stay warm. Hang in there, Sun Seekers. Stay warm. Road Reverend is here. Looking forward to our football food for Tasted Tuesday along with Zumba Bernice. Hope you're feeling better. Thanks, Zumba Bernice. It's a tough one to shake, and it's the weirdest cold. It's definitely a weird strain. It didn't come on very heavy. It's not totally put me on my back, but it won't let go. It's just all up here and it won't let go. Causing me some difficulty in the melon. Bit of headache. If you see me squinting, it's like, oh, man, that's brutal. Take your vitamins. Get your rest. Quentin is here on Twitch. Janine's here on Facebook. MJ is here too. Hoping I'm feeling better. Thanks, MJ. Thank you. Good morning to Bill on TikTok, along with Martin, and Brenda is here. Teddy. Hi, Teddy. Hello, Teddy. Hi, Johnny. Johnny's here too, along with Jordan. And Fern. Hi, Fern. Lindy's here. Hi, Lindy. Lindy's joining us on Twitch this morning. MJ says definitely sun and warmth today. I don't know about that. Minus 18. Not all that warm. When are we really? Because next week, oh, God, I'm not even going to go that far. Why? We're just going to take it day by day. Next week is like, oh, my God, the cold. February is coming in like that little groundhog. I don't know if he knew what he was talking about. Truly. Jody's here on Facebook this morning. MJ says, time to go back to bed, looking for sun and warmth. Well, that's why you're here. We will have some nice warm beach time on the hot sand. We will take care of you. No problem at all. Richard's here on Facebook. Molly is here on Twitch. KDD4380 is here too, along with Cindy. Tosh is going to spend the entire show with us today. Hi, Tosh. Well, that is so lovely. Hope you're staying warm under those blankies. Also, good morning to David on TikTok and Lori and Myrna. Hello. Welcome. Good morning. Good to have you. Hope you're feeling better, sis Janine. Thank you. Slightly. It's a slow go. Nick is here on Facebook. Polar Bear is here on Twitch. Nick gives the verdict. Sounding a little bit better. Yeah, it's incremental. I used to get a cold, and it used to, knock you down for a day or two, and then, boop, you bounce right back up. And now it's like you get the sniffles for 3 days, then you sneeze for another 3 days with headaches, and then you're kind of feeling icky for 3 days, and it's just like, really? What are you torturing me for? What you torturing me for? Anyway, Nick says the commercials are the only reason he watches the Super Bowl. Oh, I love the Bud Light one. Oh, it's so good. MJ says they have to put it all back. This is what happens when we jump to conclusions. Well, everybody got very, very heated. And it reminded me of COVID a little bit. I had to block a bunch of people yesterday. I don't enjoy doing that. But there was at least a dozen people on my social media channels I had to say farewell to. I understand people were getting heated, but then people take it over the line. You know what I'm talking about. They get wild and crazy. And here's the thing. People feel powerless. I can't do anything. What am I gonna do? I'm just a little person. What can I do? I'm so powerless. I know. I'll go to the keyboard and I'll rip someone a new one. And then I'll rip them a new one. And then I'll look at all the labels in the stores. And if it's not a certain, it goes back to this whole, if you're not wearing a mask, you're a fucking killer. Why do you go around murdering people? Really? Really? Take a break. Go get some sleep. Calm down. Unbelievable. Not everybody. And it's okay. Everyone got heated. There's reason to get heated. Everybody got a little hot. That's fine. Got 30 days. We're going to have to deal with... The thing is, this isn't going to change. This isn't going to go anywhere. We have to deal with the reality. We have to roll with the punches as best as we can. But attacking each other, attacking anybody, like the booing at hockey games to attacking your fellow citizen. Whoa, what are you doing here? Hang on. If you want to go and do what you're going to do, and you're going to buy 100% Canadian, you're going to switch off all your American TV channels, and you're never going to set foot in the States again, and so on and so forth. God bless you. I support you because it's a free country and you're allowed to do whatever you want within the confines of the law. And I say kudos to you because I can't stick with anything for longer than 48 hours. But for you to come down on other people and then get on social media and start berating people and that's it. See ya. I don't need it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good. Baboro Bean is here. Baboro Bean Fisher's here. Oh, boy, TikTok slammed today. Aaron and Eleanor Crane. Hi, Eleanor. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so we got to get to yesterday's good thing. Cut the power off to the football game. That's a funny joke. That would just be cool as a joke. What happened? Someone kicked the extension cord out. Hey, Mavis is here. Good morning. Good morning. Did you take cold meds? I did take what is it called? Advil, cold, and flu. It does help a little bit. It does help. Thank you. Thank you for all the well wishes. Trev is here this morning. Hi, Trev Webb. Good morning, everybody. Make sure you unplug your car before you drive away. I don't want to see any road snakes out there. How many times have you done that? It's called a Manitoba winter snake. Sometimes they call it a Winnipeg winter snake. I've done it once, and I didn't know I did it. It was many years ago, about 15, 16, 17 years ago. And I'm driving to work. It was a pretty decent day. I figured I had the world by the tail until I could hear kick. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, car's acting up. Something's bad. And I'm like, oh, man, I get to work and I look outside and the extension cord is completely wrapped around the wheel well. And that's it's banging against everything. It's like, unplug the car. Thank you for that. Good advice. Good advice. Unplug the car. Eleanor is here on TikTok, and so is Aaron. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the well wishes. I'll do my best to sound as delightful as I possibly can under the influence of our cold medications. Again, take care of yourself, please. Make sure you get your rest, get your vitamins in you. And rest is so important. And this wacky weather, extreme cold to a huge snowfall tomorrow. No watches and warnings for that, but it could come. So we'll keep you updated. Yesterday's good thing. What we like to do is start the show with some positivity. So yesterday's good thing. I'm sorry. I had one of my clients in Missouri reach out yesterday. I've got a recording session booked for this afternoon at 2:00. Yay me. My business did not go under. Yes. And I still have to continue doing business in the United States. And for that, I don't apologize, as many companies do. We will get on with our lives as best we can. Everybody has to make a living. But I was excited to hear about it. I haven't had a live session in a while, and I told them I'm sick. And this one client, it just seems to be, I always have a cold. Are you always sick? Yeah. Not really. Doesn't really sound good in the spots. You would think that it would give me a deeper voice, but it doesn't. Janine says, it's called getting older, Tyler. Oh, I know what that's all about. Angela Damaris is here on Facebook. Ainsley Pansley on TikTok. Hi, Ainsley. Old Chickie is here on Twitch. So what happened to you yesterday, you guys? Something good. Yesterday's good thing. Did you run out and get some Jack Daniels after it went back on the shelf for the one day it was gone? Was that your good thing? What was your good thing yesterday? Something good must have happened on your Monday. There must have been something good that happened to you yesterday. Cindy's GT made 20 dozen pierogies. Oh, my God. The amount of potatoes you would need to get that done. That's fantastic. That'll get the winner's bell. Fantastic. Yesterday's good thing. What happened yesterday that was pretty awesome for you? I finished up the OJ series from on Netflix that we were talking about last week. What a sad disaster from start to finish that thing was. Jeez. Just awful. Netflix sure does a good job of those documentaries. Yeah, it was a good one. I probably didn't enjoy it as much as the Menendez brothers one, as far as, getting new information and stuff. I lived through it, I guess I lived through the Menendez one too, but the Menendez documentary seemed to have so much more new information that never really came into the public domain, whereas the OJ one was a lot of stuff that they had talked about before. Quentin is losing weight. He's down 10 pounds. Wow. He lost 10 and I found it. So that's great. That's awesome. So don't worry. What gets lost will always... I once was lost, but now I'm found. 10 pounds of fat on me. It's on my ass and on my hips. Poutine and pizza for me. I rock. Yes. I think it's much more exciting to gain weight. Sorry. Yeah, if that's what you want, then I congratulate you. Good job. I found it for you. Other good things. Ryan says, I woke up on the rude side of the dirt today and on the second week of eating clean. Ryan's eating clean. Oh, what does that mean? Eating clean. Wow, so no fast food? Is that what you're trying to do? Is that see, there's a little bit more of a, something that you can implement that would be a long-term lifestyle commitment. Borrowed Bean says GT came home to a roast beef supper. That's much more my style. Yeah! Roast beef. Oh, man, the last time we made roast beef. Oh, yeah, you put it in the slow cooker, and then you let it just go all day so it falls apart. That au jus in the bottom, throw in a bunch of butter, bunch of salt. You got, like, the best beef soup after. Then you add a little bit of veggies to that. And Hey, it's homemade soup day today, by the way. So if you've got a favorite homemade soup, do share. Homemade soup day today. Jody says beef barley soup. Christine makes a lasagna soup? I have never heard of that. I'm going to have to reach out to Christine and see if I can get that recipe. Soup is good. Soup is cheap. Soup is fun. And soup is neat. Road Reverend says, GT, 3 out of the 5 guys on our shift didn't show up yesterday. Jordan and I picked up the slack again. You are a hero, man. Working outside, too. Working outside. Well done, man. Well done. Well done. Good job. Thank you to our sponsors on the Tyler Glen Show. Headley's Health Hut at 1314 Richmond Avenue, formerly at the Shoppers Mall location. That big, beautiful, bright new building on Richmond, just east of Murray GM. Westman's top selection of vitamins, herbs, local products, clean beauty, sugar-free, gluten-free. Don't forget that Win Back Wednesdays are the second Wednesdays of the month. February 12th is the next one, where you can win back up to $500 in receipts. They are the Brandon Votes 2024 Health Food Store and Health Supplement Store of the Year. Your health is their top priority. Headley's Health Hut at 1314 Richmond, just east of Murray GM, where all my vitamin C comes from. If I take any more vitamin C, I'll be as orange as my shirt. I'll be oranger than the orange guy. God, I'm drinking a lot of it. I am pounding the vitamin C. Go vitamin C. Thank you, Headley's Health Hut. Leon's Furniture Superstore, 3635 Victoria Avenue. A couple more days for the Save the Tax event on select furniture, mattresses, and three-piece major appliance packages. They have got the greatest selection of furniture, appliances, and electronics in all of Western Manitoba. It is a giant store in the West End. Do visit their friendly staff. Beautiful showroom. Tons and tons of parking. And other than the taxes and the fees, take 2 years to pay with 0% interest and 24 equal monthly payments. Check out all the deals at leons.ca, or you can check out the flyer online. And then visit them at 3635 Victoria Avenue in Brandon. And Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC, 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon, Westman's #1 EV dealership. More and more people are switching over to an EV. Sales continue to grow because there is some potential savings of significance when it comes to, passing the gas pumps. When it comes to maintenance, a big one too, less trips to the auto mechanic because there's fewer moving parts in an EV. And they come in such a variety of great styles. I mean, you can go in now to the dealership and get your favorite car in either gas or EV. The Silverado, the Blazer, the Equinox, the Hummer. They are Westman's #1 EV dealership, Murray GM in Brandon at 1500 Richmond Avenue. Nick Adams says, I watched the Jerry Springer documentary on Netflix. It was good, but I thought there'd be more than 2 episodes. I'm going to have to check that out. That one slipped me by. Lindy says, GT, I left the house for the first time since last Thursday and did some shopping. I wish it was a little bit warmer for you. Tosh said had some vanilla ice cap. Nice. Richard It's been a while since I had some homemade chicken soup, so you got to get on that today, Richard. Oh, my gosh. I think that's probably my favorite. Chicken noodle soup with those Ukrainian noodles. Those thick Ukrainian egg noodles. Oh, yeah, the ones Baba used to make. There's lots of dill in that chicken soup. That's the good stuff. Mavis says chicken curry soup. Interesting. I can't say I have ever had chicken curry soup. Janine says hamburger or chicken turkey noodle. Oh, but then there's borscht, too. Oh, who could forget about borscht? Borscht. Zumba Bernice's GT started line dancing lessons. Good for you, Zumba Bernice. Heel toe, do-si-do. It's the boot scootin' boogie. Isn't that how that goes? The Brooks and Dunn boots. Cindy says, I make those Ukrainian noodles. Oh, they're awesome. Derek says, I make a wicked homemade chicken stew. Tanya's into potato soup. Had some last night. Elena says broccoli cheddar. My wife makes a broccoli cheddar, but I can't seem to duplicate it. She's got some serious talent there with the broccoli cheddar soup. It's fantastic. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to do our first beach break of the morning, and I think we're going back to Mexico. I think it's Ixtapa. I think we're going to try and do Ixtapa this morning and get some warm vibes going. Oh, my God, this is a beautiful camera. In Ixtapa, down on the bay, this is Playa La Madera. I don't think we've had this camera on before. Playa La Madera is the camera. Our first beach break in the morning. If you're just hopping in, hopping on, hello, welcome. We are so glad you found us. This is the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. 2-hour show. We're about 30 minutes in. You've come just in time. Just in time to get your swim gear on and hit the beach with us. Good morning, Ixtapa, Mexico. Beautiful shot. Let's get going. Beach break. Back with more in just a bit. I love that, Jody. Oh, yeah, Jody, you're a big fan of Ixtapa. And Jody says, love breakfast on Madera Beach. Jody's had breakfast at this spot. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. Sun coming up. Live shot of Ixtapa, Mexico. There's a bird on the camera. Look at that. Cute little guy come by to say hello. Look at that. Oh, that is so awesome. Hello, little birdie. Hi, birdie. Oh, he took off. He took off. Oh, that's so adorable. Good morning, Mexico. Good morning, southern Manitoba. As we get rolling on this Taste of Tuesday, you can see the snow is starting to poke its head in from the Montana, North Dakota border there into Saskatchewan. It's going to land in our direction come Wednesday, and it's going to come in hot and heavy. We've got winds this morning that are producing some extreme wind chills, and that's why we've got an extreme cold warning. Temperatures very close to minus 40 this morning. We're at minus 38. Current temperature is minus 29. That'll moderate this afternoon, and then the snow comes in tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow is the one you got to watch. It'll start light tonight, and then tomorrow, 10 to 15 centimeters in just a few hours, okay? When it comes down hot and heavy tomorrow, you're going to remember this. It's coming in fast tomorrow. People are going to panic a little bit. Just be prepared. 10 to 15 centimeters of snow in just a couple of hours is going to seem pretty intense. It's important to just stay calm. No, it's not going to last all that long, and we'll be back to normal on Thursday. Just be prepared to make some travel adjustments if you do need to do so, okay? Here's a look at the air temperature map across North America this morning. And then our temperature map. Or pardon me, that is the temperature. Here's the wind chill. And then we'll get to the big story today. The big story is a new concert, a new music festival, actually, for Manitoba. And it is a rock country festival. It's called Summer Thunder. Summer Thunder. Have you heard about this? Did you see it on social media yesterday? I bet you did. Summer Thunder. The summer concert series coming to Princess Auto Stadium. Def Leppard, Jason Aldean to headline. Pour some sugar on me in the name of love. Are you excited about this? It used to be that way. Now it's, we're still deaf. Yeah, we've been around for a long time. So pour some stevia on me instead, or maybe can you pour some of that low-cal sweetener on me, please? And bring the prunes. They've been doing it for a while. They rock pretty good. If someone gave me tickets, I wouldn't be upset. July the 9th and 10th, Def Leppard and Jason Aldean will headline the new Thunder Stadium concert series. The goal is to have an annual summer stadium festival, according to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers' Wade Miller. It's been almost 8 years since Winnipeggers have been treated to a stadium show. Thanks, Wade. You mean Manitobans. It's okay. We understand. We won't take offense. We won't boycott you. We're in that kind of mood. Oh, but there is boycotts. Hang on a second. I'll get to that in a second. Other acts include Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Foreigner, Tug. Derek, how do I pronounce that? Is that Tug? Is that Took? Tug, Brent Fitz, Nate Smith, and Madeline Merlot. Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Valor FC, Winnipeg Jets, and Manitoba Moose season ticket members will have access to a pre-sale which starts this morning at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster. Or, sorry, that was yesterday at 10 a.m. No, it is today. Today's Tuesday. My days are mixed up. Sorry. So pre-sale is today if you are a Bombers season ticket holder or you have Jets season tickets. Or Moose or Valor. Tickets go on sale to the general public February the 7th at 10 a.m. That is Friday at 10 a.m. So there is already a social media concern because Jason Aldean is not only a Trump supporter, but he performed at the inauguration. And that has got people concerned. Maybe we shouldn't go. Maybe we should boycott it. Oh, here we go. Here's the thing. If you don't want to go, then just don't go. Do you got to poo-poo on everybody and everything? Please, just quietly stay home. I mean, if you feel passionately about that. I don't know if I could name a Jason Aldean song, to be honest. I'm really terrible at that. You know, it's even with this Joe Nichols concert, like when they're like, Joe Nichols is coming to Skydancer, I'm like, okay. And then I go to YouTube, and then I put it in YouTube, and then the songs come up, and you're like, oh my God, it's this song? I've turned into the regular music listener all of a sudden. Tracy's excited. She says, should be a great weekend. Cindy says, I love Def Leppard. But you would think that with the advancements in technology, they would no longer be deaf. Are we even allowed to say that? Shouldn't it be audio impaired leopard? Audio impaired feline furry friend? Maybe? I don't know. I feel a fence coming on. I feel my blood pressure going up. I think it's great. Anytime there's something new and exciting to do, I think it's awesome. I think it's great. And all I worry about now is the weather. So July 9th and 10th, I'm thinking the weather should be good. Maybe a bit, at worst at that time of year, it's the rain, right? But in the stadium, it's all artificial turf in there, should be good. Because I'm thinking Country Fest does it up right in Dauphin, Manitoba. They have a huge country music festival, and it, too, is in late June, early July. But if it rains, they've got mud, and it can turn into a mud bog. Now, if you've had copious amounts of liquor, that can truly be fun. You can, as they did in Louisiana, you can take some cardboard boxes and slide down the hill in the mud. Louisiana, they were doing that in the snow last week or 2 weeks ago. Remember that? But that shouldn't happen here because it's in a stadium and everything's concrete. So it should be good. 2 days, July 9th and July 10th. MJ says we're supposed to see Katy Perry in July. Hopefully that's still a go. Is that in Edmonton? Is that where you're going for that? Jason Aldean is awesome. Cindy says, saw them at Rockfest. MJ says, that is a cougar, a Def Leppard. Lindy's got no sound. It's a deaf twitch. So anyway, that's exciting, and expect some pushback on the whole Jason Aldean thing, which is a little ridiculous. But I say, if you want to go, go, and if you don't, stay home. That's a pretty easy thing to do. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's move on now to, you know what, while we're on the subject of all the boycotts and things like that, let's talk about the Americans breathing a sigh of relief that the tariffs have been put on hold. Some of them were genuinely fearful, not because the price of gas was about to triple for them or, that all their stuff was essentially going to go up. It was the treats. And so I thought I would share this with you. Direct online comments about food that they were going to miss. Uppy P says French's ketchup actually is way better than Heinz. I love French's ketchup. This is from an American. That's pretty funny. See? I mean, Judy says their Ryans are way better than our Ryans. Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling are excellent. See? Jordan says ketchup flavored chips in Canada are absolutely the bomb. Why are they not available in the United States? I don't know, Jordan. I don't know. Ketchup chips have been a beloved snack for us for many years now. And the more ketchup, the better. Ketchup is fantastic. These are things that Americans feel are way better in Canada. Zal said, I lived in Canada for a short time, and they're like totally 15 years ahead of us in technology. Best example, for 10 years, I was scanning my debit card and phone with a touch thing at a store, and we're still signing checks in the USA. Nice to know. Sherlock says, I believe Bombardier aircraft are arguably superior to Boeing aircraft. Boeing has had some of their stuff fall off, including doors. See a little bit of appreciation, a little bit of love, a little bit of respect. We're getting a little bit of love and respect for chips and planes. Bill says, all-dressed chips. You can't beat Canadian all-dressed chips. Yeah, you can. Ketchup. Ketchup or all-dressed? Oh, I think that's not even a comparison. I don't get all-dressed. My daughter likes all-dressed chips. Did they just seriously take all the flavors and mix them together? Kristen says, the Canadian side of Niagara Falls is so much prettier than the U.S. side. I just love that about Canada. Well, thank you, Kristen. I have never been to Niagara Falls. I couldn't tell you. Sam says, so in Canada, they have these little chocolates, and they call them Smarties. We don't even have them. That's stupid. They're so cool. They're like Canadian M&Ms. I used to live in Blaine, Washington, and we would go swimming up at the White Rock Pool, and I would stock up. Anytime I come across Smarties, I've got to buy a bunch of them. Different strokes for different folks. Never really thought of it that way. I don't like M&Ms really either. Smarties, you're like, What did they used to say? When you eat your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last? Do you suck them very slowly? Do you chomp them very fast? Somebody did some clever marketing there. Speaking of which, Super Bowl commercials in hour 2 of the show. If you want to know what's hot for Super Bowl commercials this Sunday, trust me, the Bud Light commercial is so worth sticking around for. I love it. It is so awesome. Post Malone is in it. And that new comedian I love. Oh, my God. He's so awesome. Molly says, different Molly, says every single one of our NHL teams has Canadian players on it. Since the beginning of the NHL, 90% of Stanley Cup winning teams were American but had Canadian players. Well, I think you're a little off on your stats, Molly, but that's okay because we, once upon a time, used to win the Stanley Cup. Once upon a time, when the tundra was new and it was the 1980s and the league was much smaller and Gary Bettman didn't hate us so much, we used to win Stanley Cups. Zumba Bernice says, we arraign for politeness, too. I don't know if that came up or not. Some people loving poutine. Lots for poutine. Ooh. Harry says, okay, and this is from Harry, Tim Hortons coffee is better than Dunk's. There, I said what I said. I'll be honest, the only Dunkin' Donuts coffee I've ever had is the one that you buy down there and then make yourself. And I don't know if that's a legit comparison, but I have to tell you, I mean, let's be honest. Everyone loves our Tims. Everyone loves our Tims. DJ says, I actually love Canadian bacon. And keep in mind, it's just ham, but it's Canadian bacon, and I love it, especially on my pizza. Good for you. Patty says, I can't be without my Coffee Crisp candy bars. Well, it's a chocolate bar, but I do appreciate it that you love your Coffee Crisp, and you would miss your Coffee Crisp because we think it's pretty good, too. I'm a wafer guy myself. MJ is into the Hawkins Cheesies, along with Quentin. Bobby says, I love the Bud Light commercials. Poutine is gross. Whoa. Poutine is gross. Now, I've had some bad poutine. Maybe that's what you're talking about, Bobby. Maybe the poutine you had was not up to snuff. But poutine is gross? I'm going to have to put you on the Canadian Karen police. that I've had to ban the last couple of days. You just return your passport now, Missy. You can't be going around and saying that. Next thing you know, you're going to be saying that the littlest hobo is some kind of mutt. He's a national treasure. Going from town to town, saving little Timmy. I hear a voice. It keeps on calling me. Down the road, this is where I'll always be. I'm gonna find my way, make new friends. I'll say a song and I'll be along and I'll be home again. Maybe today, tomorrow, we'll just have to settle down. Remember that show? You cried. When the littlest hobo had to move on to another town. That's quality Canadian programming, Jason Aldean. Get out of here. Okay. Ernie says whiskey. I love Canadian whiskey. Give me a Crown Royal over a Jack Daniels any day. I like them both. I have not met a whiskey that I didn't like. Let's be honest. Whiskey is whiskey, and then someone says the shopping is better. Wow. I don't even know these names. You'll have to help me. Aritzia, Lululemon, Dynamite, and Canadian stores. I do not like our American stores. Well, there you go. Then come on. The dollar is awesome. We'd love to have you. Trade makes the world go round, boys and girls, as we showed you yesterday. And in the words of my friend Ronald Reagan, trade is awesome. And it'll keep on going. Now you're going to have some bumps in the road. Listen to me. If you don't have a best friend or a family member that you have not had a knockdown, drag out, pretty terrible dust up with, I envy you, because relationships go that way. There's dust ups, oftentimes more than one. But I mean, let's be honest. We live in a time where, couples will get married, first fight. All right, let's head for the door, get a divorce. I don't want to do the work. I don't want to get through this. And there will be more, and we'll get through that too. And we will proceed. We will champion on. And we will enjoy ourselves at the Elkhorn Resort Clarkson Nordic Spa. We'll go for a soak. We'll take advantage of one of the many packages that they have. Valentine's Day is coming up. How much more romantic can you get than a little bit of time at the spa? Behave. Elkhorn Resort Clarkson Nordic Spa at beautiful Riding Mountain National Park. Check out the honeymooners package, the newlywed package. elkhornresort.mb.ca. What an amazing and perfect Valentine gift that would be. Elkhorn Resort has some amazing packages, not just for couples, but for nature lovers. For those who just want some rest and relaxation, want to enjoy some great live entertainment, you can find it all at the Elkhorn Resort Clarkson Nordic Spa, beautiful Riding Mountain National Park at Clear Lake. Come for a visit. elkhornresort.mb.ca. Sunrise Credit Union, with 19 area locations to serve you. Sunrise Credit Union is cooperative banking, community banking, with all this talk of local. I love the fact that we've got two sponsors on the show that are cooperatives. Of course, we've got Taste It Tuesday with Co-ops of Westman. The other one is Sunrise Credit Union, and they are a co-op too. A co-op bank, otherwise known as a credit union. So if you want to keep your money local, hyper-local I call it, like in our area, in our community, you want to use the services of Sunrise Credit Union. Maybe you want to take advantage of their farm transition program, maybe an RRSP top-up, or start an RESP for your kids. SunriseCU.mb.ca is the website to check out. and visit our friends at Sunrise Credit Union and Auto Fashion, where they'll take care of your vehicle. If you buy a new vehicle and you want to make sure that it is ceramically, professionally coated so that nothing bad happens to it. I mean, hitting a deer, the ceramic coating's not going to help with that. But, of course, we live in an area where there's lots of gravel roads, lots of junk on the highway that can scratch and skiff and scuff up a beautiful paint job. And that's why Auto Fashion is in the paint protection business. They also do things like detailing. They have a tremendous selection of services available. So if you need it for your car and you love your car, go to autofashion.ca. You'll also find them at 255 17th Street North behind Lee's Buffet. Oh, Zumba Bernice has her time at Clarso booked. You're going to love it, Zumba Bernice. You're going to absolutely love it. Now, take a toque with you. Americans call it a hat, a wool hat. Take it with you in case it's cold. It'll keep the melon warm because when you go down for the soak, it's gorgeous, but your head can get cold. So take a hat with you. Enjoy. Hi, Lola says, good morning, Tyler and listeners. Have a great day. You too, Lola. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. Coming up next hour, we are going to talk a bit more about Pringles. We're going to talk about our parents and some of the weird cooking habits they had and Super Bowl ads. We are going to go wall to wall with some Super Bowl ads. But first, I've got some incredible news to share with you. This is fantastic. See, I told you 2025 it was going to be a bumpy start, and then we would kind of get our groove back. Do you want to hear this great news? Restaurant chain menu price inflation returns to normal. How about that for a nice headline? Isn't that a great headline? Restaurant chain menu price inflation returns to normal. What does that mean? Well, it means that the price of stuff is still going to go up, but not as fast as we've seen before. Price increases at restaurant chains in the fourth quarter that was coming into the Christmas season slowed to 1.4%. This combined with the GST relief we saw in Canada, that's where the government took off the tax, one of our taxes on restaurant food, signals fantastic news. This is great. God, we deserve it. We need the winner's belt. Okay, so let's not upset the apple cart. How about that? Can we keep this plane in the air? So we've got food inflation at 2%, restaurant inflation at 1.4%. This is starting to feel normal price-wise. Now, every time I say that, on social media, I always get messages. Yeah, but things are still expensive. And I compare inflation to weight gain. During the Christmas season, we put on weight at a quick clip because we're doing nothing but eating cheese and sauces, and we're not doing much. So you can put on 10 pounds in like a month. And that's a heavy that's a heavy weight gain in a short period of time. But then in January, when you get your act together, you say, "Oh, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. But I'm still going to cheat here and there." So then in the month of January, you put on 1 pound and you go, "Yeah, December I put on 10. January I put on 1. That's awesome. But you're still up 11. I wish I could have even better news and tell you that the price of everything was going to come down. But here's the thing. When stuff was going up, everybody went on strike. Everyone went to their bosses and asked for more money. And because of that, the prices went up. Everyone was left down here. Then they all asked for raises. And so we are now living up here. COVID happened 5 years ago. This is, ta-da, the end result. Here we are. Everything got more expensive. I hope that you had the chance to get a bit more cash from the boss. Maybe you're one of the folks that went on strike. Maybe you weren't. Maybe you got a side gig. But at least know that the rate of inflation, notwithstanding all the other stuff that could go on in the coming months, there could be some crises that still develop. But if everything stays stable, and there is still a good possibility that happens, guys, the inflation ride could be coming to an end. And I'm really excited about this because, you know, restaurants got hit really hard through COVID. Really hard. Food stores like supermarkets did okay. In fact, they still made big profits. Restaurants, not so much. And we saw a lot of restaurants close. In fact, TGI Fridays, we don't have them in a lot of them in Canada. We had one at the airport one time in Winnipeg, but it's gone. TGI Fridays closed 30 locations yesterday. So there's still the aftermath of the poor 2024. There's still the hangover from 2024, and we might see that on this side of the border too. But know that it appears that the worst is now over for inflation, and restaurants have finally come through it. This data was released, ironically, yesterday afternoon, although the rest of the world was talking about other stuff. But I want to let you know, because we keep track of such things, because we're the show about food and fun places and mayhem. And if you're a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, there's even more reason to be happy. She's coming back. What? Along with the Backstreet Boys back on the charts? What? Buffy the Vampire Slayer is coming back with a TV reboot. Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to reprise her role as the SoCal Slayer of the Supernatural. Is this going to be on Netflix or no, Hulu? It'll be coming to Hulu later this year. They're just getting everything together. And if you're excited about Buffy, if you're a fan of 90s shows, maybe you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, maybe you'll be excited about this. I never did watch it, but I know it was a popular one. I'd like to see Seinfeld come back. Wouldn't that be good? I mean, they're all still around. Come on, Jerry. Jerry, we need you. If Tim Allen can come back, Jerry, bring everybody back. Bring the gang of Seinfeld back together. Wouldn't that be great? I think that'd be awesome. Anyway, we have to say goodbye because we are moving things over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. Thank you, TikTokers. We're moving the party over to Twitch. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you, Myra and Ms. and Bobby and Rob, Eleanor, and alike. We're moving over to Twitch. You can also watch through the website at tylerglenshow.com. Stay warm. Super Bowl commercials coming up. Catch you later, TikTokers. Have a great day. We're moving over to Twitch. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you. I'll have some chicken soup. That'll probably help. It is soup day. And thank you to our other friends joining us on our other platforms, including Facebook and YouTube and X. Stay warm. Tomorrow we'll be watching for that snow system, and hopefully that doesn't cause too many headaches tomorrow. Anyway, see you later, YouTube.